right, so I came across a little uh, alignment issue when I was validating the sequence, and I wanted to kind of show you guys quick how I deal with these. I don't come across them that often, but they can be a little bit weird to deal with, right? So this is what my the top the top row here is the initial ID or the initial sequence that NG species ID spit out. This bottom is my consensus sequence once I aligned everything. And so this right here represents these two Y's and this N that are not agreeing with this. So I look at this and it's a bit suspect to me because these C's, when you look at them, this CT motif slots very nicely to where these empty slots are on this N, right? So what I sometimes start doing when I see these is just kind of start doing a little bit of a manual realignment because you gotta remember this is just a computer algorithm, right? And computer algorithms can make mistakes. And Nanopore can sometimes struggle with reading repeating nucleotides like this. And while it is hard to say for sure like what exactly is going on here, I'm suspicious of this. And as I go through and do this, it does align fairly nicely, right? And I can go all the way down here and do that if necessary, but honestly, I don't think it's necessary for this example because of a few other things I want to show you. So hovering over here, we see this T is solid, right? 87% T's, 330 of the 378 sequences, reads in this FASTQ have this T present. This Y, so we're 64% T, 22% C. So if we continue scooching these C's over, we're still going to have a fairly strong presence of T's in this position. And we will also then have a pretty solid presence of C's in this position and a pretty solid presence of T's in this position, right? And it aligns fairly nicely when we do that, even though it isn't exactly what the mapped alignment spit out in the first place. The other thing I wanted to show you with this is, so this is my blast for the alignment. I just pulled this little region right ahead of where this problem area is and search it in just the closest match. And you notice in the subject, so query is, this is my sequence up here, like the initial one that was spit out by NG species ID, and it's missing a T. My subject has a T in this position, right? So let's check another one. Okay, this one does not have that extra T in this position. This one does have that extra T in this position. So this seems like this might be a spot that could be an ambiguous position that might have a T, an extra T in some haplotypes and does not have that extra T in some haplotypes. But because it's TTCT, it's causing some alignment issues. So this is a case where I'm actually going to not put ambiguities here. So I'm going to trim my ends real quick just so I do it and get it out of the way. And then we are going to, so in UGENE, Shift R is the hotkey to change a single nucleotide. So we're going to change that to a C, and we're going to change this to a T. And actually, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to change this to a T. I'm going to change this to a C, change this to a T, because this is going to bring us to this T, T, C, T. And then we have to also adjust this at the top. So now when I copy this over and edit my micromap sequence, it's going to reflect that extra T. that is showing in some of the other comparative specimens, and that I'm pretty sure is probably real in at least one haplotype. Um, but anyway, I hope this was helpful. It's just a quick little tutorial on how to maybe approach a more difficult alignment issue. I hope that helps. Bye bye.